Okay, so tonight we have a special guest speaker, but I'm going to go ahead and do a quick recognition. It's such a early in the month, but we have some people already at Success Club, other people really pushing. And this month is so huge for us because May 18th is the cutoff for your Summit. Whatever you want to be recognized as at Summit. You are going to have to wake up on May 19th that rank. So the thing is that it's officially sometime in June, I forget the actual date, but when you are a star diamond, you have to hold that for 6 weeks. So if you're 1-star qualifying, you're not just, oh, cool, I'm a 1-star diamond. You have to hold it for 6 weeks. So it's really important for you as that diamond to help your mentor, and you as that emerald that helped your coach get to diamond, that helped your coach's coach get to star diamond, to work like heck, watch your sponsorship drill down like a hawk, and make sure that stays in place. Because it's not about just hitting diamond and being like, cool, I did it. No, you need to work like heck to hold it, because your star diamond coach needs to hold that for 6 weeks to qualify. So this is our last week for me for holding the 6-star qualification. So I've made a post in our diamond group, watch your sponsorship drill down like a hawk. I think I only have one coach I need to reach out to that has something that might affect their rank. So right now you guys are looking awesome, stable, so that's good. But 6 weeks is a long time, and a lot of things can happen. And a lot of stuff has happened in the past, and I've lost rank, and I know Angela's dealt with that a lot too. I'm sure Nate has gone in and out of qualification too. So the best thing that you can do is have a safety net. Your emerald needs to keep pushing. It's not about, yes, I'm emerald, I did it. It's, okay, let's get another person, especially on that weak leg, because if they signed up their spouse, guess what? They're going to be like, I just don't have money to order anything under his account this month, because they're not making money, so you need to keep pushing them, keep getting them excited, things like that. So May 18th is a Wednesday. That night you have to be emerald, diamond, or star diamond to be recognized as such at Summit. And it's a really, really big deal to be star diamond at Summit. For those of you that were there last year, you know this, but for those of you that aren't, your name gets up on the board. You get to walk across the stage on the field. Everybody is like, oh, I want to be there. And so last year, this time I was 2-star, and I remember sitting there thinking, because you just walk across and they have your name playing, which is really cool. You get a little flag that has your 2-star or your whatever. And then as elite, they take you and individually announce you, and you walk across stage. And for me, I was watching that and I was like, I will be elite next year. And we're really big in visualization. So it's really cool to see that finally happened. And I hope you guys are all doing that too this year. So just really quickly, I'm going to go through. Tanner has 8 Success Club points. Yay, Tanner. So she's already hit Success Club. Louise, I'm going to screw these up, and I apologize. I love you anyways. Brindisi has 2. Dana Rabina has 2. Marcy Hall has 2. Sarah Smith has 2. And this is from this morning, so that may be more. Diana Grozak has 2. Kate Tavishian, I don't know. I need to really know how to say this, is 2. Danielle Rhodes is 2. Debbie Potter is 2. Jess, not even gonna try that one. Jess L. That's all I always say in my head. Caprice has 2. Rachel Music has 2. Music, I don't know. Sarah Fielder has 2. Meredith Long has 2. Shannon Skelly has 1. So that's awesome. And that was as of this morning. So good job to you guys. It's so awesome. Yay, Tanner, for already having Success Club in the bag. And then I'm going to take the time and talk about Nate, who's hosting our call tonight. Nate is a 2015 elite coach. He's a 5-star diamond. He's an SC10 legend, which means he's hit Success Club 10 for at least 24 months, but knowing him, I'm sure it's much longer. Which is really cool. You get to register, even if you were an SC10 legend and you weren't elite yet, you get to register for events sooner, all kinds of really awesome perks, whether it's SC5 legend or I think it is SC10 legend. But yeah, so that's definitely a big thing to shoot for and a huge accomplishment. Also, really cool thing in 2014, his team cup was number 6 overall, which is so amazing. And he won a GoPro, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm going to let him, he's going to talk to us about Instagram. And Nate, we love Instagram. Instagram is our jam. We are like Facebook stupid when it comes to like pages, but I thought it would be really cool to get your perspective and see what you love to do on Instagram, so we can kind of learn different tips too. So go ahead and you can tell us a little bit about your story And then your tips for Instagram. Oh, I muted you. Sorry. There you go.
Good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm real excited to do this call for you all. So basically, I'll give you my story in a nutshell. Back in 2010, my mom, she's my sponsor and coach. She tried to get me into this business for several months, about 6 months before I finally and reluctantly gave in and just said, fine, I'll do it. It was December of 2010, and during that time, we actually Beachbody had a promotion where for the whole month of December, you could become a coach for free. I don't recall if there were challenge packs back then, but during that month, there was no $39.95 fee. It was completely waived, so you could just sign up just like you would a free player membership. So I did that kind of just to get her, honestly, just to be quiet and stop bothering me about the business. But once I signed up, I said, you know what, I've got this opportunity. I guess I'll try it. And so basically what I did was I created all these flyers. You know, when you walk into a grocery store and you see someone selling something, you can pull off the phone number. I did that for Shakeology and Insanity and P90X, and I thought I was brilliant. I thought that it was the best idea, that nobody else was doing it. And so I hung all these flyers over town, and for 3 months, I got 0 phone calls. So I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to waste my time. This isn't working for me. So I put the business on the back burner, but I was still a discount coach. I was still drinking Shakeology, still doing P90X. And so I loved the products. I was using them myself. So basically I said, all right, I'm going to stay a coach. And about a year after I decided not to build a business, I got another phone call from my mom. She said, you got to come down to this conference in Virginia. I was living in New Jersey at the time. And so I said, you know, I have no time. I'm working 60 hours a week. I can't afford to take time off work. I can't even afford to get down there. And so she said, I'll pay for your train ticket. Just get the time off and come see the family. So I agreed that I make it more about coming to see the family than really going to a conference, which she drugged me to anyway. So I go into this conference not knowing what to expect. First thing I walk into is a complete crazy boost of energy from all these other coaches. There had to be about 100 other coaches there. And it was a pretty big event. I don't recall if it was Super Saturday or whatever, but if any of you have been around for a while, you probably know who Craig Holiday is. He used to be with Beachbody. He was a speaker, a motivational speaker. But he was there. And then top coach like 15-star Diamond, Robert Hudgens was there, and several other top coaches. And that day completely changed my life. I had no intentions on really it changing my life, but it completely did. And I made a decision that day that I wanted to be a full-time coach. And so fast forward a few months, it only took me a few months to go diamond. I think between 4 and 5 months. But at the end of 2012, which was the year that I decided to start building the business and doing it and going all in, at the end of that year, I had laid out all my goals for 2013. And I said, all right, by the end of 2013, I'm going to walk away from my full-time job and I'm just going to do Beachbody. And so I had everything laid out as how much I needed to make, and all that. And it only took me 3 months, January, February, and March, to meet every goal that I had set for myself for the whole year. So I was able to walk away from my full-time job in March of 2013 instead of December. And that's when Instagram blew up for me. That's when I started really just using that primarily for my business. I'd still use Facebook to communicate with people, which I do still today, but 99.9% of my prospects and coaches and customers were coming from Instagram. And so I'll share with you the best part of my story. My second ever challenge group that I did through Instagram was a 30-day Shakeology challenge group. And I only had 3 women that applied or that joined that challenge group. And one of them is now my wife. So she was a complete stranger on Instagram. We had no mutual friends. I don't even know how she found me. but she was following me. She saw this post I made about Shakeology, and she said, I'm going to try it. And so we ended up just talking and just kept on talking after the challenge group was over, and now we're married. So, so that's the best part of my story. But I want to tell you guys how I did it, really, how I just blew my Instagram up, and how 99.9% of my customers and coaches still to this day comes from Instagram. And so if you have pen and paper, I highly suggest taking notes. So I'm going to go over just a few things. Number one is you want to make sure that your Instagram is public, and hopefully you all already have your settings set to public, but this is the most important thing, because running a business on any social media platform on a private, you call it secure setting, is going to limit your people from coming to see you. And that's what we like. Basically, that's like putting, like, if you had a traditional, let's say you had a Starbucks, that would be like locking the doors and putting a close sign on the window, saying that people can't come in. So you want to make sure that you are public on Instagram. That's number one. Number two is having an attractive bio. And I know you guys said you love Instagram, so hopefully you've seen different ways people do their bios. I love putting different methods of communication in there. I do switch it up from time to time, and put like quotes and stuff like that. But basically, I want people to be plugged into everywhere else that I am, on Snapchat, on Facebook, anywhere else that I'm at. I want people to plug into that too. So I make sure I put that in there. And if any of you have tried to put, I don't know if you guys know this already, but if you've tried to do your bio and do different lines, the only way to do that is to type it out in a different platform, like a Notepad or Microsoft Word or something, and then copy and paste it into your bio. There's no way to go from line to line within the actual platform. So the trick is to type it out somewhere else. If you want to use emojis and stuff like that, I highly suggest doing that to kind of give it a little more sprucing up. But to go ahead and copy and paste that right into your bio. All right. Number three is your content and making sure that you're sticking to your target market. I think it's so important for us. We've identified what our target market is, hopefully. And so making sure that we're sticking to that and not going away from who we're trying to attract. And the best way to do that is to post, like-minded things, post who we are, be authentic. And so a couple different ways that or a couple different things that I tell my coaches is find like 3 to 5 different hobbies or interests that you love. All right, whether it be snowboarding or crafting or whatever it is, biking, and then go search for the different pages that are associated with those topics. So if you're a bike rider, if you love riding, like mountain bikes, go find like whatever company made your bike, go find their Instagram and then go and join the conversations that are going on within their platform, within their followers, on their pictures. That's the best way you're going to be able to attract those people, because they're going to say, who's this person? Let me go check them out. And they're going to go see that you ride the same bike they do, or the same brand or model or whatever. And I'm just using that as an example, but you guys understand what I'm saying is join in on those conversations so people can go back and see that you are doing the same thing they're doing. That will most likely end up giving you more traction, more likes, more comments, and more follows on your actual platform. All right. Number 4 is probably the most important thing that I did with my business. And this is how I was able to create such a large following. And I don't have nearly as many as some of the big shot coaches do, but I built my Instagram up to about 21,000 followers. And so basically there's 2 methods that I used for this. The first method, and then I think the biggest method I used, is called the follow unfollow method. And it's kind of funny because over the last 3 years of me doing this, I didn't hear of anybody else using this method until I heard Jen Richardson on her national wake-up call a couple months ago on Instagram. She was saying that she uses this method. I was like, awesome, someone else who's actually having success with it, because I haven't heard anybody else have success with it other than my team who I've taught it to. And so with this method, basically, you're going into those pages, like I said, those like-minded, those pages that that have, your hobbies, your interests, and you're following people from those pages. So just random people, you're just following as many people as you can. And so what I say, and Instagram, let me tell you, they're always changing. You guys probably know that they just updated their platform from a chronological news feed to an algorithm news feed, which kind of sucks, but I haven't seen too much of a change for myself. So it just means that you need to be better. You need to, have great content that people are really attracted to and liking, because that's what's going to bump your photos to the top of the feed. But so basically, where was I? All right. So yeah. So when you're following people, you want to go into those pages that you are interested in, because people are going to see that you have the same common interests. They're most likely to follow you back if they see that they're attracted to what you are doing or attracted to you as a person. So you're following them. And so, like I said, Instagram's always changing. It used to be where you could follow about 50 people every 5 minutes, and there was no cap at how many people you could follow throughout the whole day. Now, from what I last saw, you can follow about 200 people every 5 minutes, and then it'll tell you that you can't follow anymore, or it just won't let you follow anymore. But I don't recommend that. I recommend sticking to 50 every 5 minutes, because if you go too fast, that they are going to lock you out and suspend you from following people for 24 hours. So what I say is follow about 50 people every 5 minutes, but don't follow more than 200 a day. And this is what I've found for newer coaches, not newer coaches, but coaches who are really trying to build their Instagram and use this method. Once you get to a couple thousand followers, I would say you could probably bump that up to about 500 a day. But until you get to about 2,000, 3,000 followers, don't follow any more than 2 to 250 people a day. And remember, these are random people that you're following, and people who you would really think would be attracted to your brand and who you are attracted to as well. So the reason why it's called the follow-unfollow method is because I teach my team to follow people through the week. And to make it easy in our training, we just say, okay, Monday through Friday, you're going to follow. Saturday and Sunday, if you work on Sunday, but on the weekend, you're going to unfollow. And so the first people that you're going to unfollow really are the ones who are not following you back. And so, and so I say that because I don't want people thinking that they're just going to, hurt feelings or make people upset just because they're unfollowing them. But the truth is, when it comes down to it, your content is really what's going to inspire those people to continue to follow you. So whether or not you're following them or not following them, that shouldn't affect them. And it's only a small percent of people who really do get upset that you unfollow them. Most people don't track that. Most people don't keep track of that. And really, I mean, it doesn't make a difference, because you're going to keep building your following. And if someone gets upset, then it's whatever. You just write that off, and you keep inspiring all the other people that you can inspire. So this is what I've done for the last 3.5 years. And so I don't have any method of keeping track of who I'm following. I just follow people and then I unfollow them. All right. And so the second method that I use is the 5-3-1 method. And so this is what I got. I got this from Chalene Johnson. So this method is you're going into people's accounts who you're seeking out, and you're liking 5 of their photos. You're making 3 genuine comments or asking questions on 3 of their photos. And then you are And then that in return should give you one follow, or that will give you engagement, whether it be likes or comments or whatever, people can come to you because they're going to see that you are giving them your time and you're interested in what they're doing. So they're going to return the favor most likely to you too. They're going to say, who's this person who's liking my photos and telling me great job and asking me questions? And so they're going to go into your page and they're going to like your photos too, and hopefully follow you back. All right. So that was number 4, the following, gaining the following. And this takes time, guys. This takes time because I didn't go from 0 followers to 21,000 followers in a month. It takes time, and I feel like it's even harder now because of the restrictions that they're giving us with the amount of people that we can follow a day. And so you want to make sure that you don't go over that because you don't want your account suspended. All right. Number 5 is hashtags. So the use of hashtags, and then we'll also get into searching hashtags because searching hashtags really, I think, is the most amazing tool in all of social media when it comes to Instagram. So the use of hashtags, and I go back and forth with this because of different things I'm learning from different social media gurus like Gary Vaynerchuk. But he says, use on average between 6 and 8 hashtags. Now, the maximum amount of hashtags you can use is 30 per photo. And so I don't usually go to 30. I don't do that many because I don't want it to look like a big cluster of just words. And usually when people use 30 hashtags, they're using so many that don't make sense with the photo that they're actually posting. So I think it's very important for us to, when we're using hashtags, making sure that that hashtag identifies with that photo or that video that you're posting. And don't just use a hashtag because it's popular. Most likely, most of the very popular hashtags aren't even worth using anyways because your photo is only going to be on that feed for a split second and it's going to be gone. And so it used to matter though because, and you probably, if you've done any other social media training, you probably heard this before, that the best place to put your hashtags is in your comments, is to make the photo, post it, and then put the hashtags in the comments so you can delete them and then a couple hours later post them again, and that will bump your photo back to the top. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. The photos are all posted in real time now, so it doesn't matter how many times you delete your hashtags or repost them. You're just wasting your time doing that now because your photo is not going to get bumped back up to the top. All right, photos are all posted in real time, so it doesn't matter if you put your hashtags in your caption or in the comments because there's really no need to delete and repost hashtags anymore. Even if you post new hashtags, it's not going to put that photo to the top. It's going to put it way down to where the actual timestamp was of the photo. All right. Hope that makes sense. And so when you're using hashtags, when you're searching hashtags, like I said, I think this is the most amazing tool we have in all of social media because you can search different topics on Facebook. For example, you can search, clean eating groups, and you can search Disney groups and snowboarding groups and stuff like that. But a lot of those groups are going to be closed, and you're going to need to get permission to go in and join in on that conversation. With Instagram, there's more users on Instagram using these specific hashtags than there are people on those specific groups on Facebook and stuff like that. Even I think now there's actually more users on Instagram than there are on Facebook. So being able to go search hashtags like snowboarding, if you're a mom of 3, hashtag mom of 3, and go see all the moms of 3 who are posting photos and go start engaging with them. And so we've never had this amount of people like this much I'm losing my words. We've never been able to do this on social media as well as we have now, being able to search hashtags. There's never been more people using hashtags. So being able to find exactly who you want and find exactly what conversations you want to join in by searching hashtags is amazing. And sometimes I still go and search Beachbody related hashtags, 21 Day Fix, P90X. I love doing like PX90 because you know that that person's probably not a coach if they're doing PX90. And so what I do is I make sure that when I start my conversation, that person's not working with a coach already. I'll ask them and I'll find out, if they're working with a coach or not, so I can work with them if they're not. And but I probably spend about 80% of my time on non-Beachbody related pages, and then 20% on Beachbody related pages when it comes to seeking people out through hashtags. All right. And so I kind of went into number 6 a little bit because number 6 was more of doing the hashtag searching and engaging with photos. So when you're engaging with the photos, though, you want to make sure that you're genuine. Don't use stupid copy and paste scripts that say like, hey, find me on Facebook, join my challenge group, blah, 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 blah. No. Ask questions, be genuine, take your time to individually comment on the photos, and don't use copy and paste because that's just going to push people away. All right. So this is a really cool method that I've been using for the last few years, and I call it bookmarking the photo, because you probably know that if you make a comment on someone's photo, the only way that you're going to get notified that they replied because it's their photo is if they tag you. The way to keep track of all of the photos that you're commenting on is to like the photo, because what's going to happen then, and I'll show you here. If you're on your front page of the of your profile of your Instagram, the top right hand corner, there's going to be a circle. It kind of looks like a gear. If you go to that, if you go a few lines down, it'll say posts you've liked. You can go into all the posts you've liked, and I like to change it from the square thing to where I can just scroll down and just look at everybody's photos that I've commented on. So every time you comment on a photo, or every time you ask a question, if you see someone's working out to 21 Day Fix, you can say, what day are you on? When you're doing stuff like that, make sure you like the photo as well, so you can go back into the photos you've liked and then see if people are responding to you or answering your questions, and then you can engage with that. And if you feel like the conversation is getting too personal, take it to a direct message. Just move it right to a direct message. You can do that, or what I like to do is I like to bridge them to Facebook. I like to say, hey, are you on Facebook? I'd love to continue our conversation there, and I message them on Facebook. And so that brings me right into 7, which is bridging, and then call to action posts. So my bread and butter, I guess, is bridging people. I'm real good at that. I'm real good at getting them from Instagram over to Facebook and continuing the conversation, or even initiating the conversation on Facebook through Messenger. And I find out, what their goals are. I find out, what it is that they've done in the past. What are they struggling with the most? Are they working with a coach? Have they tried Shakeology? Have they ever done anything online, like an online support group? I ask them all these questions so I can find out what the best solution is for them. And so I think the best way that I'm able to bridge people is with my call to action posts, specifically, specifically my giveaway posts. I'm really, really big on giveaways. And I do one big giveaway every month, whether it be a bag of Shakeology or T25 or Insanity, something that's got a high dollar value. I do one giveaway per month, but I'm posting about it several times a month. I'll post about it one day, and then I'll post about it maybe the next day, sometimes not for another week, but I'm posting about it all month long and getting contacts from that giveaway, getting them entered into the giveaway. And the way I do that is I make sure first that they're not working with a coach. Second, they create a free player membership. That's their entry into the giveaway. So they're my customer, and now they're entered into the giveaway. And so I do the giveaway, the drawing at the end of every month. So, but my intention, my goal is to get them started with something before I even do the giveaway. So for example, if it's, May 1st, I'm promoting them, I'm giving a bag of Shakeology away, I'm not drawing that winner or that person until the end of the month. So if someone wants help now, I'm going to help them now. I'm not just going to say, okay, you're entered, talk to you later, I'll message you if you win. No, I'm building the relationship with them, and I'm trying to get them into my next challenge group. And this is how I get every Success Club point, almost. Probably like 85, 90% of my Success Club points come from people who entered into a giveaway drawing, but they got a challenge pack before I did the giveaway, before I drew the winner. And so, that's how I've signed coaches too. And so basically I do that. That's probably like the giveaways is my main call to action posts, but I do challenge groups sometimes. And then whenever a new program comes out, I'll do the test group, the first challenge group. And then very rarely I'll do a coaching opportunity call to action post, maybe like once every few months. I like to introduce the coaching opportunity privately with my customers and my challengers and people who entered into the giveaway and stuff like that. So, but very rarely will I do an actual post for that. So I keep my giveaways within compliance. So like I said, I do one giveaway per month. We're able to give away up to a bag of Shakeology according to compliance. And so just one per month. And so I do that. But what I'll encourage you to do is, if you don't have, a large following, start with something small. Like start with maybe a Shakeology sample or a couple samples or a Fix-Aid cookbook or Body Beast, something that's only going to cost you like $20. Do that first, because people will still enter. People still love free. So they're still going to enter into your giveaway if you do something small. But when you do the larger giveaways, when you have that larger following, you do get more people who do respond. So I'll average anywhere between 25 to 50 new contacts every month from the giveaways. And then I'll transition about maybe between 4 to 6 of them every month to a challenge pack or becoming a coach before I even do the giveaway. All right. Number 8, this is my final one, and I don't spend a lot of time here because there's really nothing to talk about much, but I only do this because I get the question every single time I do a training, and that's, what third-party tools do I use? The only third-party tool that I use is called Grama. That's Grama, and that helps me find hashtags that can identify with what I'm posting. So if you're posting a picture of yourself snowboarding, and I don't even snowboard, but I always use this as an example. You go into Grama, you type in snowboarding, and it'll give you like 100 other choices of hashtags that people most commonly use with that hashtag. So you can click on every single one of them and then copy it and then paste your whole cluster of hashtags into your caption or your comments or wherever you want. And so again, that's called Grama, Grama, and that's the only third-party tool I use. I don't use Instagram. I don't use unfollowing apps, or I don't have bots. I don't have fake followers. Those apps where you can get coins to have people follow you. I don't do any of that. So yeah, I can open it to questions now if you guys want.
That was awesome. Thank you, Nate. So love that. I took so many nuggets away. I was worried. I was like, I hope that it's different stuff than what we do, because Instagram is like, we love it. And so many good nuggets from that. I had not heard of Grama, so I'm going to check that out. Right now we do have a lot of people having success with Instagram. Not really doing it for following or commenting.
Okay.
The commenting was my biggest issue. Is it just seems so corny sometimes. And I think it was.
Yeah, that's why I'll be honest with you. That's why I was so turned off by it, but I haven't I haven't looked back into it at all just because I'm so stubborn.
Yeah.
And so that's, when I think Instagram, I think bot comments. That's all I
Right.
think. And I know there's more to it because people have told me there is, but I just haven't gone to look to see what the value of the other features are. But I'll tell you just a quick story of why I was just so turned off by it. I had a coach message me. I had it was a coach that messaged me that said that somebody had talked to them about how there was an automated bot from another coach who commented on someone's photo of their kid that had autism. And it was like something like the comment was like, "This is so awesome," or "rad," or "so cool." One of those corny comments.
Yeah.
And it was like something that you would not say to someone's child who has autism. And so that was like, that kind of gave me like such a bad taste in my mouth about Instagram. But I do know there are people who are abusing it like that. And I feel like, if you are going to use it, stay away from the automated comments because I'll say it, they're trash. I mean, you don't want to be in personal, like it's.
And you can tell when it is. It's like, great shot. And like the same stupid icon everybody uses.
Yeah.
But the following and unfollowing that you do, Instagram can actually do that, and that can save you a lot of time. And then there's a cool thing with the unfollow option. It'll unfollow anybody that's not following you.
Oh, really? Okay. So that's good to know. So I actually did not hear that. So I'm probably gonna look into that because that'll save me some time.
I just like it because it likes people's things, and then I'll get people responding back to me or liking my photos or things. And that kind of gives me a way when I'm 531ing, like, oh, I'll look at this person. So it kind of helps you with 531ing is what I like about it.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a couple questions, and I know they're going to have some questions too, but do you outsource anything on your Instagram? No,
not yet. I definitely am the biggest, I'm like so bad at that. I'm so bad at delegating. It's a personal thing that I need to work on.
Okay. I really want to outsource some of my Instagram stuff. I just am thinking, where should I start? What should I do?
Yeah.
But okay. And then I started to write something and I have HO and then I forgot the rest of my thought. So I'll let somebody else ask their question. I don't know what yes, I remembered. How do you track the people that you get for the giveaways?
Yep.
Other than the free player membership, do you do anything else? Like, do you make them give them your email or anything like that?
No, I just use a pad. I'll make a new sheet for every giveaway and I'll just write their names down. And so at the end, all I have to do is cut those up and draw from a hat, basically. Okay.
So, do you go back through and make sure that they signed up for the free player membership?
Oh yeah, I definitely confirm that. That's actually what I'll do is I'll write their name down regardless, anybody who's responded, and then I'll make a check mark next to the ones who I've confirmed that made the free player membership. So
and that would be a great thing for you to outsource, Nate.
I know.
You need to. Okay, so real quick, what are for your giveaway? Because this is what I know every time we do a giveaway, we're like, what should I do? What should I do? So we're a little confused about what to do. So they have to follow you, sign up for a free player membership. Anything else?
No, really. Okay. Just friend me on Facebook, and then sign up for a free player membership. That's it. So if I get somebody, because this happens all the time, if I get somebody who's already working with a coach, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you know what, this is only for people who don't have coaches. I'm going to be nice about it and be like, try to kind of, I'll still talk to them, find out what their goals are, because I don't want them to think I'm just some person trying to get them to, sign up for something. And then I'll ask them who their coach is, and I'll say, well, I'm really glad you're working with someone that you love. And then maybe I'll end it with like, have a great night, and then I don't know.
Okay. So. All right. And what is your Instagram name so I can just go look and see what your giveaway posts look like?
It's Nate Razzano, NateRazzano. So just my name. Now, I will tell you though, I don't keep my giveaway post. My call to action posts don't stay up. And I'm glad you brought that up because I usually say this.
Okay.
They don't stay up for longer than 2 hours because I don't want to have that same post several different times in my feed. And so I make it very exclusive for 2 hours.
So you do the same post repeatedly.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'll post it, keep it up for 2 hours, collect some friends during those 2 hours, delete it, and then a couple days later post it again for 2 hours. And that's for every call to action post that I do. So yeah.
I love that. Okay, cool. All right, I'm done. You guys can ask him anything you want. Let's see if there's any.
I have a question.
Oh, Molly.
Hi. Just if you could clarify something for me. When you put hashtags in your comments, do you correct?
I think it.
You're skipping a little bit, Molly.
I'll type it.
And I was so anti-following, because for one time I hired somebody to do it and they followed too many people and it annoyed me. So I'm glad to hear that works for you. I have to try that.
Yeah. The same hashtags on every picture. It depends. Some I use our team hashtag in almost every picture, but usually I don't use the same ones. It's very, very different in every picture. And sometimes I only use a couple hashtags. Like there's pictures that you'll probably see that only have like 1 or 2 hashtags. That's it. But I don't usually use the same ones. Hopefully that's
okay. All right, cool. Anybody else? Autumn, I know that you said you were, I get a message from Autumn all the time, like, I need to get on Instagram. So I'm going to call, she's on it, but she's like, I need to get on my Instagram game. So I'm going to call you out. Anything in particular that you have any questions with? Oh, she's got 5 kids, so she's busy over there.
That's okay. I just say start off slow. Start off, really, all you have to do is post a couple times a day and just be you. That's it. Just be you. I'm not a big advocate of having all different I know Chalene Johnson teaches to have like 20,000 different pages. And so I say just do one. Just do one page.
Okay. Rachel says, when you're doing 531s, what do your ones look like? So your one, you say you get 1 follower, but I always say that one for the 531 is that invite message to get them to Facebook.
Right.
What we normally do is nothing fitness related, just like for me, a common one would be like, oh my gosh, girl, I just stalked the crap out of you. I love your posts. You're so funny. Are you on Facebook? Because we should be friends. So I say something like generic like that. And so Rachel's asking, like, what does that transition message to you look like? She says she always feels so awkward trying to transition them to Facebook.
Yeah, well, like 99% of my transitions come from call to action. So, like for example, when I do the giveaway posts, they know because I say it in the caption that they have to friend me on Facebook in order to get entered into the drawing. So there's an incentive for them to friend me, and I think that's what unless you have built that relationship with them through comments or through the direct messaging, there needs to be an incentive for them to friend you, because people, you guys know when you make your posts on Facebook, people don't even take the time to message you there. You say, like this post for more information so you can message them, because people don't take the time to take 5 seconds to message you. So there needs to be an incentive for them to friend you, unless you're engaging with them back and forth on their pictures. And if you feel like you're comfortable enough at a position to where you can say, let's continue this conversation on Facebook. Are you on Facebook? And then you can do that.
Okay. Would you mind sharing just send in a private message to me, like what your last giveaway post looked like, so I can share it with them so they can just get an idea of like what it looks like?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, cool. And if you have the writing saved, that'd be cool. If not, no big deal. But I know that that's something they struggle with because they always ask me about giveaways. And I'm like, I mean, just try it out. Like, I don't really have any tips. And they're always like, what do I say? So if you could share some of that, that would be cool just to kind of see, because we're not really huge on giveaways. But that's how I found my coach. She was doing a Shakeology giveaway. And so we do it, but.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, that'd be cool if you could share that with us too.
Cool. Definitely.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything else before we get going? Okay, well, Nate, thank you so much. This was so awesome, and I really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so cool. So I am going to stick around with you guys, and I'm going to do some social media critiquing for anybody that wants me to help you look at your Facebook page. So stick around. But Nate, thank you so much. And
my pleasure.
Hope to see you at Summit.
Y'all take care. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Okay, so cool. I love that. So what I wanted to start doing is taking the time and critiquing on social media. I talked a little bit about this in the beginning, but my corporate mentor, Keyshawn, was saying it's a great idea to just spend like 10 minutes on somebody's Facebook and saying how you can improve or, what's great about it and then how you can make it better. So does anybody want me to take a look at theirs? Who is raising their hand? Okay. We got Desiree, Rachel, and Autumn. I'm going to go to Rachel first. Rachel, what is your last name? I'm sorry. Unmute yourself. Great. You're like, no. Okay. Let me find you. Let me share my screen. Oops. Oh, stop it. I don't even know why I'm on this page. Rachel. Griffit. That's not, is that you? Yeah? Okay. Accept my friend request. Let's see. I'm trying to manage and unmute you so I can hear you if you. Okay. So, did you accept?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what I would do is, congrats on being Emerald. Yay. So exciting. Love. Okay. So, all right. So this is something that somebody tagged you in. And what I do a lot of times is I'll be like, oh, thanks, love it. And then I will click over here and I can't do it because it's not my page, but you can actually hide it from your timeline. So people are only seeing your stuff because I get tagged in like German Shepherd stuff all the time. And like, if I left it all on my page, you would never see my posts if you went to my page. So you can hide it. And another thing I do is like when people tag me, like a lot of times like Tanner will make a post or something and tag me and I like it, I comment, great job, and then I untag it. Because when people go to my photos, I want them to see photos of me. It's not like, oh, sorry, that was annoying, I didn't want to be in it. It's like, I tagged you so you could give them some love. It's fine to untag yourself after. So that's just a tip for all of you. Don't feel like if I tag you in something, you have to leave it up. But if it's something about like you and a leaderboard, you obviously want that. Okay, so this is just like a personal thing. That's great. Maybe turn it into like asking a question to kind of get some interaction after. What are you doing observation for?
Student teaching. I'm getting my degree in education.
Oh, yay. Okay. All right, so that's like personal, cute. Transformation Tuesday. Okay, so love Transformation Tuesdays. And this is really cool. What I would say is to put a Mac, stop it. sorry, it's going crazy, is put a little bit of your story in here and show some emotion so people can really connect with you. So, progress is slow, but it's definitely worth it once it starts to show. And I want you to make something here that somebody can emotionally connect. So, or something you're proud of, or just do a little bit more emotion in there so that people are really not, instead of just like, great work, they can be like, oh, I totally know what you mean, kind of thing.
I should hide that one too, then. That's another one.
Yeah, and here and there, it's okay to leave things that's totally fine, but you just want to make sure that it's not like taking away from your page and nobody sees your post. Here's to most of my pictures being with my glasses on because I found them in the move. Hope everyone has a great day. And that's fine. Like, that's like personal stuff. But also what you could do here with this one, or if you're not, is turn it into, I'm absolutely loving my results from my fitness and nutrition boot camp. And I can't wait to see, what I look like at the end of the month, or, you can turn that into like why you love like your challenge group or your program, and kind of planting seeds for people to join you. Because you're kind of coming down here and you're like, okay, could I tell that you were a coach? Because this is like another personal thing, talking about leggings and things like that, which is good, but that just needs to be more so sprinkled in between coach posts, challenge group posts, things like that. Okay, this is good. 21 day. Yeah. So you're doing a 21-day thing. And then also I love that you did the date. So my next nutrition and fitness boot camp starts May 8th. Comment below or message me if you're ready for this. The other thing I would do is just add a little bit about like kind of what they can expect to gain from it, like confidence. I love so much in our challenge group where people are feeling more confident and they're, or you could say like, so far our challengers are down 5 pounds this week, or, little things like that are going to catch people's attention. But I love this picture. It's very eye-catching. Good stuff. Yeah, and just stuff like this is just stuff that you can like comment and then just hide. I don't understand what's happening here. What?
You don't know what that, I moved and my mom, there's a present my mom made me.
I love it. That's so cute. That's a great present for a move-in because all that stuff adds up. So just hiding some of this stuff.
Okay.
But I would say that I'm not seeing anything in here that tells me that you're a coach and I could join you. So what I should not have to scroll down here so far to look and be able to say, okay, I could join your challenge. Okay, so that's what I want you to do every week is go through. Do you have a posting schedule?
No, I tried to do your one, but finals got me, so
yeah. You can go in that group and look at the posting schedule and talk to Tanner. Tanner has a posting schedule. She sticks to it religiously. I know every Tuesday I'm going to see a Transformation Tuesday post from Tanner. So you can see what hers looks like too. But because sometimes when you're just really busy like you are, you just want to get a post and you throw something up and it ends up being a ton of personal stuff. That's fine. It gets people to engage with you, but it doesn't get the invite across. So you just want to make sure that, because, I'm in April now and I haven't seen anything about coaching. And this would be a great one to also turn into like an emotional sharing your story.
Okay.
So just more emotion and more like, I'm so excited. It's so fun. It's so great to see that, yes, that was beautiful then, but now I really feel it, that kind of post. So yeah. So
thank you.
No problem. But yeah, good stuff. The pictures are good. They're not like dark or blurry or anything. So your picture quality is good. Good job on that. So Desiree, are you still on here? Is she? I can't see everybody. Yes. Okay. I'll go to yours. Is this helpful for you guys? Is this helpful? I hope
Yes.
so.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Oh, let me get this out of the oven. Ooh. Okay. All right, Desiree. So non-scale victory. I love non-scale victory posts, guys. Those are awesome too. So you can ask in your challenge groups if they have non-scale victories. You can post one yourself. Good stuff. So focusing a lot on non-scale victories. Oh, this is great. Love that. That's a great post. And then what I would do too is just ask a question like, what non-scale victory do you have that we can celebrate, or, you know, something like that. Just, oh, sorry. I love to ask other people, because people like to be celebrated. People like to toot their own horn. So give them a chance to do that. The only thing I would say about this is is really, really cute. But what you can actually do instead of sharing it is take a picture of it and then crop and like actually crop it. And you can, when you put a picture in Facebook, you can actually crop it and edit it even from your phone or whatever, so that it doesn't have this black, and it's also not shared. When you share things, the way Facebook works, it doesn't show up as much on other people's timelines. It wants you to post directly to Facebook. So when you see a great picture, instead of sharing it, take a picture of it and post it just as you. So it's not like, it won't say Desiree shared, it'll say Desiree, and that will be the picture cropped, and it's a lot more eye-catching, and it'll also be bigger too. Thirsty Thursday, good. Ends with a question. Good way to add value, because you do want to make sure that you're adding value too. And then this is good. A personal post in there too. That's good. Yeah, and showing how far you come, and then I would just kind of say something like at the end, like, I'm just loving our challengers results so far, and you know, you can always join us anytime. I'm always here. You know, something like that, letting them know, not like, hey, join my challenge group, but it's like a sprinkle post kind of thing. The other thing for all you guys too, if you turn your camera sideways instead of right up and down when you're taking videos, you won't have these black things on the end. And it'll be more video. I mean, it's harder, I know, when you're doing things straight up and down, but you can just get farther back or what. But sideways with your video always for, or sideways with your phone always for videos. And then the other thing is the lighting. It's almost like you have a little halo over here. So try to play around with that to maybe turn this big light off and just have this one over here. See what you can do to just have better lighting, because I'm like, is that you? I can't even tell, you know. So let people connect with you and focus on working on lighting. Maybe if you have a lamp or something like that, play around with it. There's a window that you can open. Lighting is key, because especially on Instagram, because people want to make sure that they can see you and it's bright. But I know that you always say you're like, I don't understand technology. So I'm really, really proud of you for making a video. That's awesome. Happy hump day. Da, 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 da. That's good. Message me for details. If this was your challenge group post though, I would make it specific, like what day your challenge group starts. Like this photo or comment below to join me. So you can also, or like this photo for details. So then anybody that likes it, you can also go and message. Look, that's like 32 people, you know? I like adding that sometimes too, like this photo for more information. And I really don't ever say, some of you may get tired of my silly posts. I really don't ever put that, because I don't care. I don't care if they're sick of it. I'm not going to play into that. But I see a ton of coaches say that, like, you may get sick of well, if you're planting that seed with them, yes, they may think you're annoying. But I'm just like, you own it, because it's awesome. You're changing lives, and don't worry what anybody says. So I never say that anymore, but I used to too. But yeah, so this looks good. The only thing I'm not seeing, love the videos. Very cool though. I'm not seeing anything about coaching, but you have great content. You're sharing value, which is nice. I would share the recipe as well when you post things, so that helps them. It's not just like, oh, that looks good, but you are sharing the recipe. And this is good too. Message me. Or you could say, message me for the recipe. So then you're engaging with people and getting them to talk to you. You can also do that. Okay. So yeah, it's good. I just am not seeing any coach post. So I would make sure that you're doing that. And I love to say coach sprinkle post, and Tanner loves the book too, Jab, Jab, Right Hook, which is really great because it's like just a sprinkle post. It's not like I'm looking for 5 women to join my team, fill out this form. It's just like today I made a post. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, today I made a post, and it wasn't like join my team, but it was, celebrating you guys for having a great week and knowing like you guys had awesome bonuses and just how happy it is that I know that you guys it's changing your lives and things like that. Best job ever kind of post. And I didn't say like join my team. I just like my team's awesome and I freaking love them. So things like that are really helpful. With kind of planting that seed and things like that. Also make sure that you have a posting schedule so you know what you're posting and you're not posting too much of something and not enough of other things. So, but good job. I think I'm missing. Sarah says, remember when April used to go through IG and write delete on her post? Yeah, I did this imitate my Instagram, and if it was like a dark or blurry post or like something that wasn't like good to me, I'd be like delete. It'd be like a picture of their dog. I'd be like, this is the 7th picture of your dog, delete. But I do need to run that Instagram group again. I just got so busy that I couldn't do that, and then I was like, go clean up your own post. And yeah, good. Nobody wants to see your, no, I'm just kidding. Did I have somebody else? I can do one more. My BFF collage. I'm sure I did. It was probably like a drunken picture that I was like, get rid of this. Autumn, I'll do yours. I'm sure I'll do yours later and talk to you. Mine was a dog collage. I'm sorry, but look at you now, girlfriend. Look at you now. Sorry, Mac. Oh yeah, was it your parents' dog named Mac? Yeah, I apologize to the dog. I remember that. Okay, I'm gonna end this recording right